Yeah, switch it.
All right, we're good.
All right. Hello, chat. Hi,
What's
guys.
up?
Welcome to episode 4 of the Unkindness Lounge. I'm Ravenclaw,
I'm Lizard.
and we have our
SoulSurvivur.
our special guest today, Survivor, who I'm super excited for everyone and myself to get to learn more about.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick,
me too.
Our podcast name, Unkindness Lounge. I'm Ravenclaw. A group of ravens is called an unkindness. And this is Lizardnutta. A group of lizards is called a lounge. And that's where we got the name Unkindness Lounge.
Yep, it's too perfect. We're actually kind, we promise.
We're kind, but it is too perfect.
For sure. So quick note before we get started, if you are in the chat and you want to talk to us, you have questions, things like that, we are reading everything that you guys put, so go ahead and chat. We're noticing it. We just might not respond because we don't want to get sidetracked, and that's very easy for us to do. We're going to try to stay on topic, and then at the end of the podcast, people can ask their questions, and we'll try to answer them to the best of our abilities. But yeah, SoulSurvivur.
Survivor. Oh, I'm super excited. Thanks for joining us today.
The voice of Twitch.
You're welcome.
That's your new nickname.
I know. I feel like I've known you for a while now, but I haven't actually got to know you. And this is what this is for. So I'm super, super excited. Also, I like your shirt. I'm going to say that before we even get started. Survivor.
Yeah.
If I didn't get this for Christmas, I would have been still stuck on that damn high school swivel chair, which just made things kind of uncomfortable when you really look back on it.
No, that's awesome. GG on the chair. Yeah, that's super cool.
Oh yeah, it just makes you that much better at gaming, you know.
Yeah.
So I really feel I'm more comfortable doing all this stuff now.
Survivor, you were finally just back on Twitch as a streamer again. Really recently, for the first time in a while, right?
Yeah, like almost a month at this point.
Yeah, so that was exciting. So that's honestly, this is a perfect time to have you on here.
Yeah,
right after your big kind of debut back on Twitch as a streamer. So welcome back. And how did that feel to be back after, how long did you say you took off?
For about like almost a month. It was like an indefinite hiatus because like I don't know, like it just kind of felt it pretty much just kicked off because of a personal problem that happened like right before Christmas went down, and I was like, I'm just not feeling it that much. I didn't know like if I was gonna keep on streaming. I did like a whole 16 tweet thread you can actually still find, and like it was just one of those days really, but and I cannot stress this enough. Like I feel like that it's the way like how like my mood, and given the fact that I'm really comfortable in this chair, I feel like it just makes everything just feel just like I can do more now. I can be more excitable or something, because I'm telling you, like I was not lying when I said this in my previous streams like a month or two ago. I was so ready to throw that damn chair out my house.
Hey, no, the setup could make a big difference. I totally feel you. Just a more comfortable experience, but yeah, I'm super glad you decided to come back and took the time.
Yeah, for sure.
Because obviously, kind of what you said with your mood and that kind of stuff, if you're not feeling it, you're not going to be able to provide the best content for the people that come to support you either. And I know the people that support you especially are the same type of people that are in our community. We're all kind of one big community, and they'd rather support you when you're ready to show up and not feel like it's forced. So
for sure,
I'm glad you were able to realize you needed that little break and came back when you were ready.
Yeah, man, we definitely miss you, that's for sure. It's always nice to pop in your stream, get a friendly voice. One of the best voices on Twitch. That's why I call you the voice of Twitch, man. Yeah. I told him last night in his stream, he's just got such a good commentating voice almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you do. You definitely do.
It's your tone, everything. It's just, it's cool.
I do not try to be like the best voice. if there's a voice, like there are a bunch of guys I know that are better for that. But hey,
He's also the clip master.
Oh my gosh, we were talking about that earlier. Were we not?
I think he's proud of that title. He knows you.
We were hanging out.
He knows he has that one.
Yeah, we were hanging out in Zarn's stream earlier, and we were literally talking about that. I was like, Survivor's literally the clip king.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the other day it was like, I think it was pretty early in the morning on COD, and I hit like some crazy snipe or something, and I was like, dang it, no one's here to clip that. And then like 2 minutes later, a clip pops in my chat, and he's like, I got it. I was like, what? I didn't even know you were here, man.
That is so funny.
Like, I'm always lurking, and a lot of times I'm just like, when I'm lurking, I'm not on my computer because I just leave my computer on, and I make sure like I have as much people as my computer can handle with all the tabs. But if I'm like on, I'll just turn on like the audio real quick to see like what to hear like what's up. And sometimes it's just too perfect, and I just look back and I just clip it just to see like what's there, and I like what's up. I really got used to clipping when Dungeon was streaming here, and I was like, this guy's too good. There's too much clip material. And I got so used to it at back then. Now I've been clipping whenever I get the chance. Like when there's clip material, I'm always going for it.
And I feel like just kind of what you were just talking about, you're one of the biggest supporters in this community because you
100%.
are always, like you just said, you fill your computer up with as many tabs of streamers in the community that you can just to lurk and support. And that's really super kind of you, and that says a lot, honestly, that you're willing to do that.
I really try. Hell, when I found out like about the whole watch ads for bits thing, I actually looked up on I actually looked up like when does it start over, and it actually like when does like all that refresh, and I found out it actually starts at 12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So since I live on the East Coast, like in a time zone, it's 3 a.m. for me. So I had to literally stay until 3 a.m. at times just so I could get these bits.
Just so we can support the community.
Awesome.
Like, say no more. Survivor is simply awesome.
Oh,
this is why we call him a legend. Like,
I cannot.
I really try.
I cannot.
There were times I was like, I'm going for it. Like, I literally wasted sleep so I can do that.
That's so crazy, man. Yeah, I can't remember a time like in the last year almost where Survivor hasn't been in one of my streams just lurking. Like he'll just pop in with some bits and put a smiley face.
Right? Yeah, and you know what's funny? Okay, I always remember.
Yeah.
So there's been so many times me and Lizard used to play when I was on my Call of Duty kick. We'd play Call of Duty with each other literally every day. And Survivor, we'd be streaming at the same time. Survivor would come into one of our streams and drop bits, and then it wouldn't be 30 seconds later before he'd drop in the other one and drop bits too. Because I'm assuming you don't want one of us to feel more or less supported or more or less left out. And I always thought that was so funny because I'd be like, oh my gosh, Survivor, hi, thank you for the bits. And 10 seconds later, Lizard's going, Survivor, thank you for the bits.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that. Like, I just like sometimes I just like to break up the bits in like halves at times, or just like however like whichever people are on at times. I'm just like, why not? Because I think everyone deserves a cut. Like everyone does, in some kind.
But just the fact that you're willing to support to that extent, that's really cool. Like Rach says, dedication. It's dedication. So
I really try. It doesn't help that I do get paid for my dog sitting job, as I mentioned many times before, and but I actually get paid in cash, but I can't really go to the bank because I don't really have a license or anything, so I can't really do that to put in my card so I can actually do all this. So I just watch ads for bits so I can, just that's like the best I can do at this point right now.
And you don't even, even if you didn't do that, just the fact that you have however many tabs up on your computer lurking when people are streaming, like that says enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. So Survivor, how long have you been streaming? Where did you start out at? Tell us a little bit about your history of streaming.
I started streaming back actually like January of 2020. It really makes me mad. I don't remember the specific date. But it was like I just picked up Dark Souls remastered, and I was thinking like, because it was at the time. So my whole streaming journey started because like I've been following Dreamality since like May or June of 2018,
Oh,
and
really?
I've loved his content as far as I can remember at that point. And when he announced he was streaming on Mixer, I didn't really give it that much of a shot, 'cause at the time I just really wasn't that into. Really didn't give streaming that much of a thought. Just didn't think it was all that interesting. But then like I finally gave it a shot. I went on to Mixer, and like I was just watching on my phone. Like it was his final stream on Mixer before Christmas break for him. And when he came back, I was having such a good time to the point where like I really want to try and do this at some point, because I realized how much I how much fun, how much supportive and everything just is when it comes to streaming. So when I found out you can actually stream straight from your Xbox, I got my headset, which by the way, it was broken. My headset was broken, so I had to like hold it on my shoulder,
no.
like one of those phones. By the way, you will like, for anyone that's been like there when I was streaming straight from my Xbox, every time I would just always hold it up like this. Like imagine doing that for like almost 2 hours straight.
Yeah, that would hurt.
Dude, your neck.
Yeah. my neck. And I've been streaming ever since. I got obviously I've gotten this microphone and the Elgato eventually, and this computer and this webcam. It's been a hell of a journey, really, at the end of the day.
So it's pretty much been 1 year.
About a year.
It's pretty much been a year since I like got started on it. It's been a lot of fun, especially
the Xbox
on
was
Mixer.
kind of where what you were just explaining with Xbox. That was where you started.
Yeah,
and
Xbox.
This is where you are now, 1 year later. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I cannot believe like how far like I've come. Really, at the end of the day, like wow.
So you mentioned starting watching Dreamality. Is he the one that kind of pushed you to stream, seeing his community and his interaction with his channel and how fun that was?
Yeah, it was at a time where like believe it or not, Dream was like by the time like I got there, he was like at 25 followers, and that just ballooned up like in the next like 5 months up to like 700. Like what happened?
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was and just watching that, because like not only how positive he is, but also how positive everyone is in the chat, just how much fun we've been having. It was just all kinds of fun, and I really wanted to give it a shot myself. And it's just been just an amazing time overall.
It's been fun for sure. I'm glad you started.
Me too. It's definitely a game changer when you're, as a viewer, when you're watching someone that does it, that is interactive and has that community, and it just definitely does show you like, wow, this is really fun. This is what it could be like, versus someone that doesn't do that. So
for sure,
totally understand that.
Yeah, this community is super supportive. So it's awesome that you started in this community already. You know what I mean?
And I would have met so many amazing people. Like it always blows my mind. Like if I did not find Dreamality, which it was at a time like I was just like looking up random reviews. Like I was like looking up a bunch of State of Decay 2 reviews. at the time because I was so excited for the game, and I just found his review of the game at the time, and just randomly, I'm literally curious where I would be, because I wouldn't have met like wouldn't have met
Anybody.
everybody
I
else.
feel like all of us always say the same.
Right.
You're
Yeah,
not the
man.
only-
It's a chain of events.
Yeah, it is.
It all leads back to Dreamality one way or another for me, at least. That's for sure.
It really does.
So you started streaming on Mixer?
Yeah, it was like literally like 6 months before like it shut down. And well, I mean, it was technically 7 months, but like before like that announcement where everyone just like straight up left.
Yeah.
So how did that affect you, since you had finally, had 6 months is quite a bit of time, 6-7 months to try to establish yourself on a platform. How did that switch affect you?
The switch from Mixer to Twitch.
Yeah.
It was, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't necessarily the biggest fan of it. Like I was like really nervous. Like it really felt like that Mixer was like a real competitor, and it just and just for all that to just kind of blow out just like that. Like it was just like a tweet. I was not I was just like so shocked, but I was like willing to give Twitch a try. And I know some other people were going to Facebook where Mixer was merging with.
Yeah.
It's just at the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest, I just don't like Facebook. It really feels like nothing's been updated or anything. Well, Twitch looks like they've been updating and everything else to make everything like it's confusing at first, but it's like, but it's easy to figure out once you're on there long, like not that too long, and once I finally got to streaming, which actually my first stream was actually where I got my first webcam, like the webcam I'm using right now. It was like I was welcomed so heavily from everyone because they found out I was streaming finally on Twitch. I got rated by Fire Lord, Tim, the dungeon at the end. Like we were about to rate either dungeon or dream. The dungeon came up at the end. And then we rated Dream once he went live, and it was, and just even afterwards, I was still having fun, like just going through Persona and other games and such. It just Twitch has just been like a change of an experience. Like I can't necessarily put into words. Like it was definitely a change I wasn't expecting or looking forward to, but I still think it's worth it by the end. Like I kind of thought of Mixer as like a stepping stone for something bigger going forward.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot actually. I'm sure it was tough at the time, but
yeah, I was actually really blown away about because we all kind of established this community in Mixer, and like pretty much everyone just came over to Twitch, and we're all still supporting each other. I mean, some people are on Facebook Gaming and YouTube, but it's still a pretty tight community, So it's pretty good. I was scared too whenever I heard the news, but it turned out okay.
But the sad part is though is that there are some people that are not like on the peak as they were back on Mixer.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that kind of really, there was actually a point where I started feeling like Mixer shutdown kind of like separated us just a bit in a way. Like there was Webby, he's not doing it, like he's not doing as good as he like was back on Mixer. I think I remember him getting like around like over 10 plus viewers on average, and now he barely gets like any at times. Then Dungeon, don't get me wrong, I'm glad we came over because some of us fare better than others. I mean, solely got partnership like less than 3 months.
That was crazy.
Like that man. And so yeah, there are people that have done that have fared better than others, but I still think of it as like I'm still relatively new to streaming, so I still got long ways to go regardless, but I still feel bad for people that have been on there for so long that built something and just not making as much as they did back when they were on Mixer. I really do feel bad for them.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, I just really needed to talk about that because there was a point where I was like feeling like, oh, we're kind of separating a bit.
Right.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a big difference from people who had that platform for a very long time and then had to come over, and people like you who had just started trying to do it and then switched over. So I'm sure it definitely depends on the person, and everyone has their own different point of view on it. But
Neutral, he was like a partner for like 2-3 weeks on air. I was like, really? Like, this is like 2-3 weeks after you got partnered. This happens?
Right. Yeah. It definitely affected a lot of people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people over on Mixer that was like their full-time job. I mean, because they were huge streamers, and like, yeah, their community did follow them, but like not as heavy, you know, because some people just didn't care to come to Twitch, which I understand.
Yeah, and like you said, Survivor, some people did go the YouTube, Facebook route, which takes, you know, so other people are taken away, and I definitely see what you're saying. But I'm glad you're having a good time on Twitch and it's working for you. So, what was the first game that you remember streaming?
Oh, sorry about that. I'll be right back. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Well, hi, Ravenclaw.
Hey, Lizard.
How's it
Chat. How's chat today? I'll look at chat real quick. Rage, Gal, Midnight. How are you guys today? Anyone have any questions?
Hi, Pickle. Dream. What's up,
Dream? Thanks for joining us today.
Void said Survivor has the coolest background. I agree. I love the green. It's so like vibrant.
It is cool.
Super cool. Also, like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but like his ceiling looks super short, and I just want to know like how tall that ceiling is. I've always wondered that.
I think that's just you.
Every time I watch him, I'm like, man, I wonder if I could like jump in the air and hit my head on the ceiling. I don't know why that's a thing.
I mean, I never thought about that, but that's so funny.
Welcome back.
I knew something like that was going to happen. It's in the middle of the day. This is why I don't stream in the middle of the day. It's something like that that's going to happen.
You're good.
Oh, man. But yeah, what was y'all's question? I'm sorry about that.
Do you remember the first game that you streamed?
Yeah, Dark Souls remastered. I got that I was like really excited to get it because like even though I already played the original, which was backwards compatible on the Xbox, the DLC you can't even buy it. So I was like, okay, I'll get the remastered and like not only replay a masterpiece again, but also go through it for the first time, and it really felt like I was like back to playing Dark Souls, but like also experiencing something else. Like finally, you don't go to Blighttown with like running 5 frames per second. Yeah, that was bad because there were times where like I was playing that backwards compatible version, and it was still like frames were dropping. Like, what is this?
What was your first game you remember playing ever? Do you know?
My first game ever. Oh,
I mean, how long have you been gaming? Your whole life?
Oh, y'all are gonna see this. I finally got a copy of this like a year or two ago, because my old copy of it was I never had it, but I finally got like a new version of this. I plan on streaming this at some point because it was my very first video game. Star Wars Episode 3.
Oh my gosh. Was that a real game? What?
Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge said yes. They made a game out of it, and honestly, it's one of the better movie licensed games because Like even like I'm sure like it's not like exactly the best, but it's I I was a huge Star Wars fan when I was like really young. Revenge of the Sith was like is hands down my favorite film of that series because it was like the one I really enjoyed watching. I think it's because of how dark it was. Like that's probably a reason why I love a lot of dark stories.
Oh yeah.
So that was probably it. And I remember like seeing like the big old PS2 box. I remember like wondering like what that was and like because this had Star Wars on it, I just gave it a shot and I love it. Like I loved it to no end. I never beat it though. I always got stuck on the Mustafar mission where you go in as Anakin, and I plan on beating it one day. I just gotta get like an HDMI converter so I can plug it up and stream it.
I'm looking forward to that. I want to see this game. I want to see it in action.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Looks interesting. I didn't even know.
I gotta thank Star Wars to an extent because it went from that to me loving video games. So, like, it's not the best franchise in the world, but like in hindsight, but it's still like something I really cherish so much.
Yeah, I understand that. So, what's your favorite game of all time?
Favorite game of all time? Man, I will. I got an easy pick, but I just want to let y'all know there are so many games I would easily say that they're like in my all-time favorites. Games I would easily give like 10 out of 10s with.
Yeah.
But my all-time favorite was the Mass Effect trilogy. For a while.
That's what Tim said too. Intimidator.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know that
I have never played Mass Effect or seen it ever.
Once the Legendary Edition comes out for like next gen consoles, obviously for the current gen and next gen consoles, everyone's gonna like that hasn't gotten to play them will understand why we love that trilogy because when you get down to it, it's $60 for all 3 games plus all the content that comes with it. That's been released. That's actually technically a steal. So,
yeah.
So the Mass Effect trilogy just was the trilogy that really got me into like how important choices can be, and I just love the universe and the characters and just everything that went on. Like I never thought there would be a universe where wait, what was that? Did y'all hear that?
It might have been someone's phone vibrating or something.
I never thought there'd be a universe where it was as extensive or as interesting as like the Star Wars universe, which is like so filled to the brim with so much going on. And I was engulfed in it. But ever since last year, I played Persona 5 Royal, which is pretty much the extended, upgraded version of the original Persona 5. And I love the original game. It was already packed with content. But when I got to Royal, it's like it even though it added so much more, if I go back and play through the original again, I feel like that stuff is missing because they added so much value to it. Like I said, the original Persona 5 was already a masterpiece in my opinion, but Royal just added so much more to the characters, to the story, and everything else. Like they didn't need to do all this, but they did, even past their own game. It was ridiculous.
So Survivor. When did you say you started gaming?
Back in, I think it was 2005 because I was like 4 years old at the time.
Wow,
that's cool.
Nice.
So pretty much your whole life.
Oh yeah, it's just I think that was the same year episode 3 Revenge of the Sith came out, so I think that probably helped.
Yeah. What a classic movie.
Yeah.
So good.
I still can't believe you and Tim both said the same favorite.
I'm gonna have to check out that game.
I know. I've
that's
never
the-
even heard of it. I'll have to look it up.
Everyone
Just
seems to love it.
That's the thing. The Mass Effect trilogy was was my all-time favorite game, because like it's like when I played one of them, I would say this is my favorite. Then I play Mass Effect 2, I'll be like, oh no, this is my favorite. Then I play 3, no, this is my favorite. So I just like packed them in, and it's like because they're all one big huge story.
Right.
Then I played Persona 5 Royal last year, and I was like, no, this is my all-time favorite game, because once you get to like the last section, thanks to certain requirements, wow, blew my mind. Like I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Like it's something that obviously has been done before, but it's just the way they told it. Wow, it was good.
Is there any games that that haven't came out yet, or that are about to come out, or just came out, that you're like really looking forward to playing?
There's quite a bit. I'm not entirely sure. I think the one I'm looking forward to the most right now is that's currently in development or coming out is the new Hogwarts Legacy game. Seriously.
You already know how I feel about that.
That's the open world.
Your username
Harry
is
Potter.
Ravenclaw.
Exactly.
That's the open world Harry Potter game that's coming out, right?
Yeah.
See, I really want to play it, but I feel like it is a sin in every nature that I should probably like at least read a book or watch a movie that's Harry Potter, because I've never done it. So I should probably do that. Maybe that's what I'll do this weekend.
At least know your house. At least take the test.
I'll watch the movies.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, Survivor. I can't wait. Did you see that they're projecting 2022 now for the release date?
What? I thought it was releasing this year.
They came out just a few days ago with an announcement that they're gonna take the time to make sure it's up to par, and
well, good.
Is looking at will be released 2022, which I'm not even mad about that.
I'm probably guessing because of how much when Cyberpunk came, when Cyberpunk came out, like it was already a complete game. Like so much, it just needed a lot of polish, and that's why people were really mad about it. So I'm guessing because of that, I feel like that the devs behind Hogwarts Legacy probably just taking that precaution just to make sure.
Yeah.
So they don't get the same out and roll back.
Any kind of game like that for the Harry Potter.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, so I totally get the need to take your time.
My favorite Harry Potter game is the Chamber of Secrets, because like for some people that don't know about this, but there are actually really good Harry Potter games that came out that are based on the films. And Chamber of Secrets on the PS2.
Is it better than Lego?
I've been playing Lego now, so.
But Chamber of Secrets, the game of the film, like it literally goes through all the events of the movie and actually tells the story. I would say like as much as like I wouldn't say like as much as like obviously the book, but it tells like what you know in the films. But it has like it's the different parts where like a bunch of stealth sections. Like if during like the stealth part, if you get caught, you actually lose your your house points, and which do add up by the end of the year. So it's kind of like a Persona thing a little bit, but it's not like obviously of that. And you can go through the Quidditch stuff. It's like there's a lot to it. If only they remastered it. Now we're getting like an open world Harry Potter game that's supposed to be same place like what was it, like the late 1800s? Like that's something like not only is there opportunity to explore more of that world, but like do something that no other Harry Potter game has done and everything else. Like it's a game with so much potential, not only with the license that they have, but just what they can do overall. I am so excited for
I'm
that.
hyped. I can't wait. Lizard, you literally have till 2022 at some point. So there's
Yeah, I got time.
like
I got
no
time.
excuses. Yeah. No excuses.
I'm excited for it. I know nothing other than
Yeah.
you know Daniel Radcliffe. That's it. That's it. That's all I know. So yeah, that's definitely exciting.
Oh man.
Have you been playing multiple games, or are you just stuck on one game? I know I watched you last night. What were you playing? Celeste? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, so yes, Celeste. Are you talking about like in terms of like streaming or just games in general?
Both. Because I guess
Uh,
there's really two different questions there.
After like I was trying to do like streaming multiple games at once, I just kind of stopped. It because I realized that it doesn't flow with like how much I bounce around, like with how I'm doing. I know as of recently, Dream's been doing it, but it's like during like certain portions of the stream, so it's like not really so many people are missing out.
I feel you.
So I just kind of stuck with like one game to stream at once and just kind of roll with it. But in terms of like actually going with like just how I'm doing right now, there's a bunch of games I plan on streaming like just streaming once. Like there's a bunch of games I plan on streaming, but I stream just one game at a time, and other games I'm just kind of like doing whatever. Like if I'm in the mood for this game, like I'm going for it.
Mhm.
Like right now, as I'm going through Celeste, and eventually going to finish that like in a couple streams of the Final Fantasy VII remake next. I'm currently going through Star Wars Bounty Hunter, that PS2 classic on my PlayStation 4, and a bunch of other games I'm thinking about. Just one of them just jumping off and off on, just on my own, because it's one of those games I just lay back, chillax, just experience on my own.
Right.
That's just how I am. This is kind of awkward. I'm not gonna lie.
No, you're good. You're doing great.
It's just that when I'm talking, everyone's just like listening. I'm like, okay, this is so awkward.
Yeah,
like,
our job is
so many
easy.
people are watching.
No, yeah, that's what we're doing. We want to get to know more about you and provide that for our community as well, because how much you are a streamer, and you do have you're a big supporter as well. So
Oh yeah.
we want to learn more about you, and yeah. So I have something to bring up. I caught I think it was your first stream back the other night, and you had something really cool put together. You did like a top 20 games of 2020, right? That was super cool. But I didn't make it to number 1, so I need to know, what was your top game of 2020? Because
Persona 5 Royal.
Yeah, I probably could have put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah. No, that was super cool though. I was like, what a neat idea to, put that together and do your top 20. I thought that was really cool, and especially a great way to start your first stream.
Yeah,
start 2021. Cool.
I'll have to go watch the VOD. I gotta go watch your VODs, man, because I gotta catch up on Celeste as well.
Yeah.
The beginning parts are so good, because chapter 3, like chapter 3 of Celeste is like one of those, like it feels like one of those chapters that kind of feels like it was kind of like there, but it does add to like what's going on though. But that it's still good. But the first 2 chapters, man, they're so good.
Yeah, I was a little bit lost because I think I came into your stream around chapter 3,
and that was like the one that took me so long to get through. I remember how much I got stuck on.
It was cool to watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say out of everyone I've watched, you probably have like the most appreciation for like every video game. Like, because there's video games that I just wouldn't take the time to play because I'm not very good at video games in general. I'm just not. So I would just get frustrated and quit playing, and you really see every single game for its value and what it's worth and all the time and effort it's been put into. Like, every time I watch you, it's like you're playing a game that I've maybe not heard of or just not played myself, at least. And you're really like embracing every aspect of the game. Like yesterday, you're like, yeah, the music, and like the girl that made the music has a YouTube where she like, you know,
I gotta look up her channels. Damn it! She has her own the main musician of Celeste Music, who is a little goddess in my opinion. That like she has her own YouTube channel, and I'm like, and I remember like her commenting at times, like how she came to put this together, and like this point in the story, and how people connected all that. It just blows my mind, and it just doesn't help that just music in general in Celeste is so just you just want to bump to it.
Yeah, it's pretty good music.
That's not true. You've played some really tough games, and you just go through it, and you appreciate it. So that's really cool. Not a lot of people can probably say the same. So
yeah, the thing is with me, like I've always looked at games for what. Like I always try to find the good in everything. Like even if it's just like a bad game that's like you can really get some laughs out of it. Like I'll try to find some that I'm like, yeah, that's kind of decent. Like I'm always that guy that's like trying to reach. So
Right.
I'm never that kind of guy where, like, I mean, there are exceptions, of course. There's always exceptions in life. That's just how it is. But I never find something that's truly evil or truly good, even though there are exceptions out there. There's some things out there I'm like, yeah, get the fuck away from that. But I'm always trying to find something good in like some like what's in there, and that's just how I feel. Like I like even like for bad games. Like I remember like years ago, I actually liked. I was in the middle of like in like the Alien franchise phase. Like I really enjoyed like the majority of the movies, and I got Aliens Colonial Marines, and I didn't think it was all that bad. Like at the time, I mean, in hindsight now, I realize, yeah, still pretty. Yeah, now I see why, but I still have had my fun with it because I didn't think it was all that bad. I mean, now in hindsight, I don't think it's anything special. The multiplayer is fun, but that's pretty much as far as I can say about that game. And then that's it. Hell, like games that like you said, Liz, like games that you haven't even heard about. Number 5 of my top 5 games for 2020 is literally a game that I'm pretty damn sure no one in the gaming community even knows about.
What is it?
what is it?
Conception Maidens of the 12 Stars. I went through like a whole section of like what it even is.
Never heard
Because
of it.
the whole and I had to literally explain the premise and everything else so it can all make sense, or if I don't explain the context, people are gonna be like, why is this even a thing?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome though.
That section was pretty long. It took me like a good old like 20 minutes to try to explain everything.
It is really cool to know that we can hop in your stream whenever and like truly watch you sit there and enjoy a game, pretty much whatever it is. It does seem like you are captured by it and you really are enjoying yourself. And that's cool to see.
Yeah. Heck, even if there are obviously gonna be games I'm just like, nah, I'm not that too keen on about, but I do appreciate like the games like what they're for. Like I'm not the biggest fan of FIFA or Madden, even though like, well, right now they're not that great, but I can still enjoy like why people enjoy playing them.
Sure.
I can see the appeal. I mean, it's literally just there.
Yeah,
and
I mean
everyone's different. So
that's the whole reason I enjoy video games, is because like I can do stuff on video games that I can't do in real life. Like, so
that's the whole appeal.
Right. Like, so when I was back in the day, I did play a lot of like NBA 2K and stuff. I can't do a 360 dunk. I'll never be able to. Never.
I know
ever.
how that feels. I used to play a bunch of basketball games at school, and there's no way in hell I can pull a LeBron James type of move. Like,
right. Yeah, it's
but
just.
But you can on the game.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, other games are like that too. I mean, especially the open world games, I feel like, because
Oh yeah.
If you try to compare that to real life, and your life is like that, then congratulations, because you've done it. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we all want.
That's not necessarily a good thing to an extent, because
true.
It depends on which game you're talking
Depends
about.
on
If you're
the
talking
game.
about Grand Theft Auto, then you're going to jail. You're going to jail.
True.
Yeah. So Survivor, it's, we just hit the new year, 2021. Take us back kind of into your 2020. How was your year? I know it was a crazy year for most people.
2020 for me, and I know I've literally said this, especially as the year went on. Everyone was like, I even said this during my my comeback stream. Like, I was just like, because like before I did the whole list, and that dream raid happened, that was ridiculously insane. Throughout 2020 was probably one of, if not my best year. Like, I got introduced into streaming, how amazing and fun it is. I got started on it. I've upgraded to something I never thought I would ever get to, and it was a year where I pretty much bought more games I ever thought, like, in any year. like this was also at a time where I also used like the Microsoft rewards thing, so I can like go and like, redeem like those $1.25 and add that up and go and buy something that's on sale, and plus my own money. It Summer, like, I bought so many games to the point where my library of games overall is just like crazy long. And
I mean, it's also one of the first years that we don't have as much to do as we normally would. So that makes sense.
That's also it. Like, why we've all been like together and having fun overall, because of pretty much just how crazy it is,
Right.
how crazy it was. And then I will say that the last third of 2020 was not really the best for me. I tried to do college, and I kind of was not doing well mentally, and it was not the best time, but I still felt like that was a good thing in a weird way, because I found that as like an obstacle I need to get over.
Yeah.
Because there were questions, because the problem with me is that I I tend to think about things a lot, sometimes a bit too much, and it ends up to a point like, I feel like that ever since September happened, I feel like in a way it's kind of like warped my mind to like where like I started worrying about things too much, and almost kind of breaking down a bit. But I learned how to overcome that, at least the majority of it anyway, because sometimes that stuff kind of comes back at times. But so I thought of it as like a good thing, because again, it was like something I needed to get over eventually. And I will appreciate everyone that helped me out throughout the year. It Like, especially at that time, like, it was I'm telling you, like, September to October really was not a great place for me for a bit. And but I cannot stress enough how much it's great to have so many people that care so much. Like, it's not only just my family that also helped me, it's just everyone I know on here.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes it's nice to see that even though everyone has those moments, you have your highs and lows, and the people that show up in your lows, that really shows you who's there for you. And just the fact that you were able to come out of that and see that much support, like, talks about how you are to them, So that's cool.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you were able to learn ways to, like you said, use it as a way to learn how to cope for the future when you go through things like that. Because that's important too. Everyone goes through things, but learning how to manage and cope and stuff like that makes you stronger. So
Yeah, it just but overall 2020 was even though it was a crazy year, I will agree that like I feel like for the world, yeah, it will be remembered as the year that pretty much just hell just was unleashed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I mean, Doom Eternal literally came out that year, and what was the setting? Literally hell on earth. So, like, I don't know if that's like a superstition we need to watch out for or what,
Yeah.
but
Survivor's like, I'm catching on.
Yeah.
So
like we
do
what?
you, Survivor, do you have any goals for this year now that this year just started? Any goals, either personal goals, streaming goals?
Not necessarily streaming goals, since I'm still relatively there. I'm still like on that journey to like try to get better because like like last night I messed around with the audio just to balance things out because I've always had my stuff like on high, like the highest it can go, but I was like messing around with the like maybe I should not get them like up. Oh, excuse me. Like I just lost my train of thought there for a second.
Oh, you're good.
Like I try to like get into like where maybe I should not have them go up to yellow on my audio and see how that works, and it worked wonderful. Like I asked Liz last night when I was playing Celeste, and he said like it sounded amazing.
Yeah. I don't know if you went back and watched the VOD, but I mean, it was perfect
I did.
ratios.
I was trying earlier while I was trying to like get like to see like okay, what can I make some clip material out of?
Yeah. Yeah. It sounded really good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And when it comes to 2020 goals, I'm not entirely sure because when it comes to goals, it's almost like it's like plans or schedules. I don't know they're gonna work out or whatever, so I don't try to because it kind of puts it does put a little bit more stress on you because you want to do this. And like as much as like I do have goals, I think in terms of like goals overall, like in terms of streaming, I plan on like hopefully like I mean this isn't uh like this isn't like a way like oh I really want this. It's more like so I can give back. Like I did have this thing going on for a bit where I had this sub goal of like getting to 50 subs at once at one point, so I can unlock another emote slot so I can reward back the subs. And I'm hoping to reach that this year so I can like get another emote slot so I can because I don't want to go all the way up to tier 2 and tier 3 yet. I just don't think I'm ready for that. I mean that's cool and all. I'm just like I'm always thinking would someone literally pay $10 or even $25 just to sub for me and get that one emote? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's like I'm still relatively new. I don't think I should pull that just yet.
Yeah. But even if someone were to want to do that, you just gotta keep providing the content you're providing and have confidence that you are making other people happy if they were to do that stuff. Don't make yourself think that you're not as good as someone else is saying you are.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that I'm probably just not that ready yet. And even then, I'm trying to think like what else. Like even if I do it, like what would it be? Like I want to make if I do that, I want to make an emote that's worth of like going to tier 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like again, look at Dreams. He's got Lady Brusette hype for tier 2, which is amazing. Then there's the Dream State for tier 3. Like that's like amazing. Like that's worth of it. So I'm trying to think like what is there like. I was thinking about putting my Survivor difficulty to tier 2, but I was like, I don't know, it's already tier 1, so like it would feel like, oh, why you gotta do that? So I'm like, man, like now, like looking back in hindsight, like wow, I probably should have saved that.
That's my favorite emote of yours for sure. I
Like
love that
activating
one.
survivor difficulty.
Uh-huh.
Like here we go, we're going all ham.
Yeah, but I think it's good. You don't even, when I say goals, it can be small things like just kind of like you said, you're
Yeah.
adjusting your audio. I mean, just improving the quality of your
Just-
stream and the quality of
trying to-
content and even
Yeah.
personal goals, continuing to always make yourself better and that kind of stuff like that. You don't always have to have those goals like hit 50 subs or hit, stuff like that, which is cool if you do, but
Yeah.
just having
that's a goal. But
Yeah.
I don't really like as much as I really do want to get like I'm not gonna lie, I do want to get big at some point, but I want to feel like I've earned it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I want to feel like I've earned people's respect for me, because I'm just willing to just go through like if people want to come in and follow, like hey, like that's cool and all, but as Dream said himself, it does feel like when people do come back and become regulars and have a bunch of fun, it really does feel good. Like your hard work is fulfilling right there. And man, I just lost my train of thought again. Sometimes I just kind of go all over the place. Like my mind's
you're
going.
good.
I'm the same way.
Yeah. It's just like I don't really got like a lot of goals really, like overall. Like yeah, there are gonna be small things, but like I don't really expect like reaching them, because at the end of the day you never know what's gonna happen. So
Yeah, especially in a time like this. It's such a crazy time. There's no telling, but
yeah, I mean the things that we didn't think were possible are possible. Like the worst things that can go wrong. So it's like what do I even expect anymore sometimes? So like you really never know, and streaming is very particular too about it. So I'm not really like up in that camp of like, I mean, sure, I got this goal of like how many like followers I would love to reach at some point, but but I'm not really like that. But I think the thing about that is that it's kind of like looking at the numbers in a way, and sometimes I can really feel like, oh, you're just waiting for that to go up. So,
yeah.
That's why I just kind of took them off. So I like, as much as I really do want to have goals, it's like again, it does feel. I feel like the real only goal I got is so there's this idea I've had for such a long time, and I was finally thinking of going back to this one site where I don't know if people still use it, but apparently some people do. Fanfiction.net. There's a story I've had in this mind for so long. And me and my friend has had this building up for so long, and we finally like found a way to get this all together. It's like a big massive crossover of these series that we really enjoy, and we found ways to build that up. Like we only got like the major stuff we thought about, but the problem is it's actually writing it. Like even though we know the direction, even some of the dialogue we would love to put in it, but it's actually how to actually type and write it down and put it up there. That's the big difference. And I was thinking of possibly getting better at it, like, but it's like whenever I try to, I'm like, there's no way in hell I can try this, like. And it's worse is that I tried doing an earlier version of the story years ago, and looking back on it, and I actually look back on my old account on fanfiction.net, and there are people that still found this story in 2020.
Oh my.
that's really cool though. That's really cool.
I was like, what? And because I mean, don't get me wrong, like it's cool and all, and I really like that, but at the same time, like literally just go back and read it. Like literally just go and read it. It's not that great.
But that you said that was years ago, so if you still got that idea, I'm sure you could go off of that and make
Oh,
it
don't get me
so
wrong.
much
Like,
better.
it's not the exact same idea. Like I've changed it a
Yeah.
lot over like the past 5 years, and I'm just sitting there looking back at this. I'm like, why did we do this? It's a crossover. It was a crossover of like 5 series that we had going, and I'm just sitting there thinking like, why did I put Dragon Ball Z with Bleach, Full Metal Alchemist, and Shakugan no Shan? Like that would not work.
It's a cool
Like,
idea though. I like that idea. That's definitely just something to have in mind, especially if it's something that even now, years later, you're still thinking about.
yeah, it's an idea. I'm still thinking about like there have been times where we put like one franchise back in and out, and just trying to figure out what would fit more. I even had to keep an eye on my. I had to keep check on my best friend's ideas at times because even though there are some really cool ways to put these, it has to make sense. Like
Right.
we're not just putting this for the heck of it. I really want to make a good story out of this.
Yeah.
So, but
Well, that's
we
cool.
still have fun and even think about it, even talk about it to this day. Like there isn't a day that goes by where this is in my mind because it's something I really been really wanting to do because there really is no other way to put this in any other medium. Like as much as I really wanted to like as much as I really wanted to be like a game or like an anime or something, there's no way it would work because these are from different companies and different licenses. So there's no way that can actually work out. I know you can make the argument that, oh, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that helped. They're all owned by Marvel, so that could happen.
Right.
So,
Yeah, it's a little different.
yeah, it's a little different. These
Sure.
are like big companies from like not only the people that publish these original stories, but also the studios that have them. It will be a whole huge cluster, like all over the place. So it's like posting on like, so just typing out the story, like writing it that way and posting like on a very popular fan fiction website. It's the only real way to get it out there, really. And if we try like doing like let's say a fan animation series, do you know how long that's gonna take?
Yeah. That would take
Like
a lot.
that is not easy, like at all. So I guess in a way that's like my only goal I got really this year, but there's really no real guarantee that I'm even gonna get to it. But I'm hoping to though.
Yeah, it's cool just to have that in your mind, honestly.
That I really need to get that out. So
No, you're good. Do you, Lizard, do you have anything before we kind of open it to chat and questions and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I gotta ask you a question. We play a lot of Phasmophobia.
Oh gosh, yes, we couldn't
I
forget
don't know
this.
if you've played it. I don't know if you've played it, want to play it, anything like that, but we gotta know. Do you believe in ghosts?
Da-da.
We gotta know.
you're asking me,
I
huh?
believe I almost
We gotta-
forgot that. That's,
gotta
yeah,
ask
we have
everyone.
to ask every person that. Do you believe
I
in
believe.
ghosts?
Oh yeah, I believe in ghosts. Like it. There. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like, even though there are many videos of people going in and out for just going to haunted places, there's no way in hell that all of them are fake.
Right.
There's no
That's what
way because
I say.
there are people
That's what I
out there. There are people out there that legitimately just go to these haunted places, and there are points where these things just suddenly pop in. Like, do you know how much hard work that has to go into like probably CGIing that in the background? There's no way.
The one that takes the cake for me is my buddy Mr. Work did a ghost hunt on his YouTube a couple years ago. Him and his buddy went into this abandoned like haunted attraction for Halloween, and there was like an area because it was supposed to be actually haunted. There was an area with a Ouija board, and his buddy took a rock and put it on the Ouija board, like on the M or something. And Mr. Work's like, dude, you don't mess with that. Don't do that.
Dude, it was Mr. Work. Oh.
Yeah, you gotta watch it. So he has the camera on the Ouija board. They hear something, so they go check it out. They come back. The rock had been moved into a different spot. And then like it happened a second time. He didn't even realize until he uploaded the video and someone in the comments told him. But like if you know this guy, he would not stage that. Like yeah, I'm like, okay, yeah, ghosts are definitely real.
Yeah. I'm with
someone
you,
you
Survivor.
know.
There's too many stories for them all to be not true.
Oh,
I agree.
Have
man.
you ever had any personal encounters? Anything happen to you?
Nope.
Experiences?
Nope.
Yeah.
But I've seen, like I said, I've seen so many videos, and I'm just sitting there thinking, there's no way like all of these are fake. Like you gotta put in, like I said, you gotta put in so much work to try to fake all this. Because and when you look at some of these videos, well, yes, you probably make the very reaching argument of like they probably prepare these ahead of time, probably like releasing them weekly. I just don't see that. I really, really don't, because some people just don't have, like, especially when you look at some of these people's equipment, there's no way they could have the money to go for that.
Yeah.
So I believe that they're real. There's this one where I forgot like where this guy was living. I think it was like somewhere in Russia. I think it was in the middle of like a top 5 list or something that you'll find. And he, again, how can you fake these? Where like there's this like obviously a paranormal activity in there. Like you'll hear like some voices. Like there's even like a point where they're like a ghost is like obviously like pushing there, then just leaves or something, like push up against a claw, then just left and finds out there's nothing there. While this guy was sleeping, right? You can actually see like some sort of shadowy claw reaching down slowly. Then, like by the time he woke up, it just went away so quick. Again, how do you fake that? There was even this one where these people were in this voyage or something, like one of those like really cruise ships you can stay in and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently like, it was haunted, and people actually found this one part where they sleep, where they walk by, and there's like this dark hallway down there, and there's like obviously like some sort of girl. You don't even see her. Again, you could make in a way because of their budget. Yeah, they probably could have faked it, probably bled it in. But even then, like again, how do you do that?
Right. Yeah.
It like the same by like people that go to Hollywood. It like again, I'm sure that some of them are fake. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, but
there's just no way all of them are.
No
Right.
way all of them are. Yeah.
Totally.
We haven't witnessed anything either, but we'll go on a ghost hunt sometime, and we'll let you know.
Will go on a ghost hunt.
We'll let you know if we catch
We'll
one.
make a podcast episode just about that adventure.
We'll set up a trap and catch it and interview it on the podcast.
Set a trap. Oh gosh.
Oh,
all right.
Man.
So yeah, chats. You guys have any
So-
questions for our awesome guest here?
Rach asked a really good one earlier. Survivor.
Yeah.
So Rach asked, what's the one thing you discovered about yourself through streaming that you found surprising?
Oh, that's a really good one. I don't know. The one thing that I found out about myself
Yeah.
from
through
streaming that's surprising. That's a really good question. I can't think of anything, because I mean, given the fact that I've only been streaming for pretty much about a year at this point, I'm not entirely sure.
Mhm.
There isn't anything I could come to mind. I feel like that. I feel like that it's the, even though this hasn't happened like during the time I was streaming, I feel like it's the very idea that I even got into streaming. Like it was
Yeah.
always that one thing that I just did not want to get into. I always thought at the time it just wasn't like as good as like making YouTube videos. Cause I used to make YouTube videos actually for like 6 years. Actually, I was like stuck with a laptop
Nice.
the whole time. A lot of times were just my content was like putting it right in front of my TV, which was small, but it fitted well. Cyberlink UCam and just recorded it right then and there. Yes, even in 2019. I did that stuff. I will say that yes, it was definitely I was definitely going all over the place with my content, so that probably is a good sign I am streaming right now, because it's just, I just love playing games, talk about things and such. I think this is something I really love doing. Like it just didn't click to me like how much I would really love it in general. So I think that's the thing about it. Like I never thought I would love streaming, like to the point. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still like YouTube videos, but I think I realized at the end of the day, it's just so much to do and handle. And then like, given how big of a platform YouTube is, there's a good chance you're not going to get noticed like at all. And
and you could say the same thing with Twitch, but there's at least a good chance someone's going to come and find you.
Right.
So
no, that's good. Honestly, that's for me. Just discovering that I can actually do something like this is huge. I would have never thought I'd be sitting here today doing a podcast, being a streamer in any way, like just with the anxieties and even like confidence and stuff like that it takes. It's hard to put yourself out there. So just discovering that about yourself, that wow, like we can really be doing this right now is big.
I felt comfortable with going live and such already, because I've already put myself out there. I mean, by the time I got a webcam, like, what's the point of hiding my face? I was showing it for 6 years.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's fair.
Like the internet does not forget.
Void asked earlier if you were excited for Resident Evil 6 or 8. Sorry.
Oh, Resident Evil 8. Oh yeah, I'm a massive fan of that franchise. I'm really curious where they're going with it now, because the Resident Evil remakes were really cool. Like at least the 2 remake. I thought 3 was a decent game on its own, but not. And like, what's funny, I actually played the original Resident Evil 3 the previous year. I just didn't. It's not that great in comparison, but I feel like as a continuation, I can't wait to see what happens, because what I love about the Resident Evil series is that, and I think a lot of people don't really appreciate all that much, is the world around it and the lore and everything that comes around, and like that builds up around it. That's where I'm always curious, like where this universe is going, and it seems to be going to like a Resident Evil 4 kind of way, but it seems like it's heading to a direction that's probably going to change stuff in the series, like where they're going with Chris Redfield. That I'm kind of curious about.
So
yeah, I'm really excited for Resident Evil 8, because 7 was so good, and I can't wait to see like what's next.
Yeah.
So Survivor, Vile says she loves fan fiction.
Oh my god.
And then Rach said the same kind of. Let's all remember, one of the big and most popular book series out there started as fan fiction. So there's a lot of support in the chat for that. Is definitely still a thing. Fan fiction's like streaming, develops over time, and with growth it gets better. So definitely, I think that's a great kind of what you said, goal to have in mind, just to be thinking about if that's something you really want to do. It's definitely doable.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then more people in chat saying there's too much to explain, that all of it can't be fake on the ghost.
For sure.
Ghost topic.
When you said it's all too much to explain, I just got like a flashback to like the first Dead Destiny, where it's like they don't explain you anything until like you look up the lore in Bungie's website. Here you go. It's not actually in the game.
Oh man, but yeah, the whole ghost thing, like there's no way any of them, like all of them, are fake. I just do not believe that.
Dreamality, the man, the myth, the legend, earlier said that you were doing great on the podcast. First of all, you're awesome, and that your passion is unparalleled for video games. That's whenever we were having the discussion. I was like, that's very true. And then Void asked, what is the worst game ever, in your opinion?
That I played or that I've experienced?
I don't know. Both.
Okay. Okay, here's the thing. So I don't go out of my way to try to play trash. So I'm not like Angry Joe. I'm not out there to go out there and just play some bad games just to let people know. That is actually really hard because I don't go on my way to do it, but I feel like the worst game that I think I've ever seen was Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric. I haven't played it, but
Is that like a Sonic the Hedgehog game?
yup.
Okay. Never
It
heard of it.
was, if anyone knows, I watched a friend of mine who I'm actually still like, I still watch. He doesn't have a schedule, but he does come back and stream at a lot of the times. Sometimes it just depends like how his schedule is because of his job. Walker Pipe Guy, but I've been watching him since like Mixer because I just randomly found him playing Persona, and he's like charismatic and everything. So he was playing Sonic Boom because it was like a charity. It was part of like his extra life thing. I could not believe what the hell I was seeing. like okay, combat looks basic. I love the new designs of Sonic. Like it looks interesting. Like a good like new look of Sonic. I'm like, okay, maybe this isn't as bad. And the story makes no damn sense. Like I say even worse than Sonic 06 because here's the thing. Like here's something I tend to think. If a game didn't have these broken glitches or bugs, would the game be all right on its own? If it didn't have any of that, that's why I always think. So I think overall Sonic 06 would have been better more if it didn't have all that. Sonic Boom on the hand fucking functions and it looked and it. Oh man, I'm about to go into some because there's like a big RTS like down like Diablo type down camera thing where you like go into a turret section. It makes no sense. Why in a Sonic game do you have that? After a certain point, it has no idea where it's going. I could not believe what I was seeing. Like and if I had to give it like a part of my rating, I would literally give it a rating. Why does this exist?
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Like I wouldn't give it like a 1 out of 10 rating where it's like it's garbage or god awful 2 out of 10. I would literally say, why does this exist?
All right, Survivor, I have one more question for you on my side. Go too far into the tunnel.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Clearly, guys, don't even mess with it.
He's very passionate.
Trash
Now you got to
game.
play it on stream someday. You've got
Right? So, Rach asks, if you could design your dream game, what kind of game would you design?
That's a good question. I've always thought about like the genres I really love the most, like RPGs / JRPGs or open worlds. I would say I would probably make it like I wouldn't like try to make it like one of those Ubisoft open world games or RPGs or open world RPGs. I was thinking, I don't know, like it really like there's a lot to go into game design because not too long ago I actually sometime last year right before I got the Epic Game Store, I actually installed Unreal Engine 4 just to see like what's up. I even tried going into it, and then like I see this big thing come up, and there's like so much. I'm sitting there thinking, oh my god, like there's so much. But the idea, I don't know. I feel like I would love to make if I had to make a dream game, it would probably be like a open world, JRPG, or maybe some akin to like Mass Effect or just games I really enjoy. Like I don't got like a full extent. It'd be some like I'm not entirely sure because I've thought about it over the years when I thought I was going to become a game designer, which it can still happen. Like if I decide to go back to college in a couple years, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Like that's because ever since I've been focusing on that fanfiction story for so long, I kind of forgot about the idea that was originally gonna be like a game idea. so because there's all kinds of games you can make that I really like that I really enjoy. So it really does depend, really.
I'm not exactly sure on it, but thanks for asking, Rachel.
Yeah, that's
That
cool.
was a really good question. All right, well, I literally have to be out my door for work in like 2 minutes, so we're gonna have to wrap it up.
Sorry, Liz.
We definitely
No,
didn't.
yeah.
No, it's not your fault. We just definitely did not get through everything I want to ask you.
We'll say that for another episode of available, hopefully.
For sure,
the
for
time.
sure. We'll
Yeah,
definitely have to get
thank
you
you for
back on
joining us,
here.
Survivor. You're awesome, and I'm
You
so
really
happy
are.
you're here. Thanks to everyone who came and watched and chatted. You guys are all awesome.
Yeah,
Do we want
thanks
to
for hanging out,
a
guys.
joint raid?
Yeah, I would love. How do you do a raid? / dang it.
Slash raid.
What are we gonna do? Unkindness Lounge.
Hashtag Unkindness Lounge raid or Unkindness raid.
Unkindness Lounge. Unkindness raid.
Hashtag UK
Jamal,
raid.
you're
Wait,
off.
no, that wouldn't sound right. UK.
What should we do? Hashtag Unkindness raid.
I think we should raid Tony. This
Okay,
isn't
hang
Tony.
on.
That
I still don't know
man,
what we're doing for the hashtag.
Tony.
We do.
That man is still playing Hades.
Yeah, he is.
Did you
Void
do
went
Unkindness,
with yeah. Void put
Um,
Unkindness raid, so that's what we'll go with is Unkindness raid.
Yeah, thank
Gotta get
you guys for having me here and everyone that's been
Do I
listening.
not
Like,
It's been a
do I
blast.
not follow Tony? What? Okay, hang on.
If you guys don't follow Survivor, you should. He's literally a legend. He's
I
always a friendly
try.
face.
I'm not the best.
As you can hear, his voice is just very easy to listen to, and he's just such a friendly guy. And honestly, he's probably playing something you've never played or heard of. So definitely go check it
Yeah.
out. It's awesome. He has such an
He's awesome.
appreciation.
Obviously, guys, if you don't already follow Lizard or Survivor, go
Yeah,
give
and
him a follow.
Ravenclaw. Go follow Ravenclaw for sure.
It's different, Tony, right?
Yeah, capital D, capital I, capital T.
Perfect. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Thanks for joining us on
Yeah,
another
thank you so
episode.
much.
Have a good day, everyone. Wish you the best.
Yeah,
Survivor, thanks so much for hanging out too
yeah, man.
and talking with us today.